Now we're going to look at my #1 pass from half guard, the reverse sit. This is an amazing position. It will give people fits. You can use it at the beginning levels, at the highest levels, and it has the benefit of killing the underhook. So Nelson has gotten that underhook, and again, I don't really care for the overhook. When you start to overhook, it ensures that he gets the underhook, and that's not what we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to reverse sit. I'm going to start to drive into him a little bit, and this arm is going to come over. My goal is to get it as deep over his shoulder as possible. One of the big mistakes that people make is when they go to reverse sit, they let the arm stay up here by the shoulder, and that really doesn't kill this underhook. So, turn just a little bit more. I'm going to bring that arm over, and I'm going to reverse sit. Look at how I brought my knees in around that thigh, and I'm squeezing gently. My chest is forward. My weight is on my opponent. You'll be able to see from when we see it at another angle that my butt isn't on the floor. It's actually off the floor. I want all of my weight up here, dominating this arm. So, step number 1, that foot that's back here, I got to grab it and pull it up here to the butt. A lot of people get caught up in that this is a flexibility thing, and it's not. We just don't have the muscles built into our body to move our knee in this direction. It should feel very comfortable, very easy, nothing to do with flexibility. You just pull that foot to the bottom, all right? That has brought my shin straight up and down. And you see how Nelson's knee is up here on the top, or excuse me, calf is up here on the top of my knee. Very normal, okay? From here is the biggest mistake that I see people make. They come here, they've got good control, they get this knee, and they push the knee open. And this is exactly what happens. And they start trying to bring their leg in and out, and it turns into this big hassle. You need to bring this knee all the way to the floor, and it's okay to use your hips and use your head to base, okay? So I'm going to put my hand on that knee, and I'm going to drive everything to the floor. I'm going to drive everything to the floor, and more often than not, where's this hand going to be? Nope, 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 right there. Okay, they don't want this knee to come over to mount. That's really normal. When this happens, I can't bring my knee through. I'm going to bring my hand to the inside. There will always be this little pocket here. From here, make sure that we're controlling at the elbow. I'm stretching this arm out, and I'm walking his arm all the way up by his head. Now, this foot back here, I'm going to start to bring my knee up into his armpit. Nice and easy control. There are a number of ways that we can deal with this. The most common being that after we flatten them out, we bring that top foot up and we clear it off. There are a bunch of other mean ways that we can do it, but we'll stick with that one for this video. All right, he's got that underhook, and I'm going to drive my hips in. The arm is going to come over. I'm going to switch my hips. Nice and heavy domination on him. Again, my butt is not on the floor. All my weight is on his rib cage. Keeping my chest angled towards him. Don't ever let your back angle towards the floor. He'll probably start to escape. We need to stay heavy on this arm. Control my leg. Pull it up nice and straight here. Control that knee. I'm going to push everything to the floor. It is okay to base your head on the floor right here. When he goes to block the knee, my hand comes under. Now I'm going to bring this arm out. My arm is going to take his out. I like to walk those fingers, and I like making a little sound of rain on the floor. Okay? I'm going to come up here. I'm going to bring my foot over and finish clearing. Again, I like to squeeze with my knees and keep my chest nice and low. All right, I'm inside. He's got that underhook. I don't want him to come out the back. I'm going to bring this arm over and watch my knees switch. And I like to squeeze with my knees, keeping my chest forward. Take notice that this space over here, I am not sitting on my bottom. This is not where you want to be. You want to have all of your weight on your opponent. From here, my free hand comes up. I grab that foot. My arm, I'm going to drive everything to the floor. He blocks that knee. Underhook that elbow. Look how his arm spreads out and up. Nice and heavy control. I like to walk up, my knee towards his armpit, and then I'll clear. It is important that after I clear, take that arm out of alignment, that I bring my knees up to underneath his armpits before I try to clear that foot. You'll notice that it gives you a lot more leverage, and it's much more difficult for him to hold on to that ankle. He's got that underhook. Awesome. No problem. Bringing that arm over, I reverse sit, squeezing my knees, making sure to keep my chest on top of his. My hand controls that foot, so my shin is straight up and down. Push his knees to the floor. I'm basing on my head, hand underneath. Arm over top. Make the sound of rain. Bring those knees up to the back of the armpits, to the bottom of the armpits. Now that top foot. Turn. That top foot comes over and controls and clears. Notice, he's using my belly button as a breathing apparatus. That's what we want. Keep that nice and high. Squeeze with your knees so that he can't escape.